Being foreign is
So we still eat Filipino food.
Bit weird at first.
you're the most interesting out of everyone. Everyone wants to know your story, where you came from, how you got here.
There was a language barrier.
When I came to college, I was a bit afraid.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, because I want to find out what other people's experiences were like compared to mine. I want to see if I can relate, whether or not I relate to them, whether they come from Portugal or if they come from the Philippines, because everyone's got a different story no matter where they're from, and that's why I'm doing it. I was born in Amadora, Lisbon. I moved to England when I was only 5 years old, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. I've had an amazing time here in England. Being in the country has been a very weird experience for me, because I've had to learn the language and work harder than your usual kid, and that's what it was like growing up for me. But it was fun. I really loved it. As I've grown up, I've kind of like realized my situation in like the fact that I'm foreign and how hard at times it was for me to fit in with everybody else. And that's why I'm doing this documentary. I want to figure out what people are like.
My name's Ruben Santos Ganga and I'm from Portugal.
How would you describe, if someone were to ask you what is it like being foreign, how would you say it is?
Don't really feel the difference, to be honest. I just feel like a normal person, like part of the community, culture.
How would you say your life's changed since moving here?
Nothing really, I feel the same. I feel like I was born here, to be honest. I forget. I think I'm English sometimes, and I just completely forget I'm Portuguese.
Would you say you've adapted to the culture in England, or would you say that you still practice some of the Portuguese culture?
I'm very English. I do not care about Portugal culture. I'll eat the food, but I don't really care much.
Would you say it was difficult making friends when you first came here?
I'm not very, quiet or shy. I'm very talkative and I'm friendly and I'm cool.
School-wise, was it difficult making friends?
In the beginning it was, because there was a language barrier, as in I just didn't know certain phrases, certain words.
How would you say other people treat you, both of your friends and the strangers?
I do get the occasional strangers from Taunton who do say awful things, as in they'd randomly come up to me and just say konnichiwa, or speak in an Indian accent because they assume I'm Indian, or they'd ask about my citizenship.
Or would you also say that you being a woman plays a factor?
Yes, hugely. I feel like because I am a woman of colour, I do get a lot more abuse compared to how you would.
And last question, would you say that it's gotten harder to live here since Brexit? Because of Brexit, not only has it gotten a little bit harder, but also there's a lot more awareness from it, and a lot more good has come from it, even though Brexit...
Not a lot more good, but some.
More than before.
A little bit of a silver lining.
My name is João. I come from Portugal.
Alright, and what was it like moving here?
It was fun. A bit weird at first.
Do you still feel like that now, would you say?
No, not much now. I mean, I've made some friends. College has helped as well.
When you first came here, like you said, because you've only been in the month, would you say it was hard to relate to other people?
I guess when I came to college, I was a bit afraid, obviously, because new college is always hard, and I think that new people with a new language would be tough, but everything has been really cool so far.
How do you feel about living here compared to when you first came a month ago?
Well, the weather has changed. Obviously, it's England, and the few days when I arrived, I was still I wasn't really jet lagged, obviously, because it's the same time hour. But I think that it was sunnier here when I arrived, and I was like, this is not England. can't be, arrived in the wrong country. And a week later it started raining. So I think that was the major difference. And people have been great here as well. So I think that the difference isn't that big.
Being foreign to me is struggling to make friends. It's hard when you don't understand what people mean, especially in your first few weeks here. It's learning a completely new language. It's difficult, but that doesn't mean that there aren't people to help you. It's rough. It still is. I've been here 12 years, and at times I do feel like I don't feel like I'm a UK citizen. I feel like I am a foreigner, even though I've spent more of my life here